It's officially 3:33 p.m. and we are off the clock. Guys, we're back for episode 7.
We're here.
Looking a little different right here. We got coffee.
A little different.
Cocktail, you know what I'm saying?
Listen.
Episode 7. Yes.
Listen, you guys, I was riding around yesterday, like running my errands, and like overall, I've embraced where I am. I love my age. I love like the glow up of becoming
adulting
and adulting.
Yeah.
Yes. But if I could take back one or get them back one thing, it's this fucking bladder. Everywhere I go. Before
I did not expect you to say that.
I swear to God, I wasn't expecting that.
If I could give this bladder back,
It would be
trade it out for a younger model.
Anytime I go someplace, before I leave, I have to go to the bathroom. By the time I make it to the place, I gotta go to the bathroom.
Yes.
And before I leave again, I better go to the bathroom or else I'm gonna be stopping in between somewhere.
I hate to see you pregnant, baby.
Yeah, it's funny that you say that because Hum won't leave the house. She's trained that way from when she was like a little girl. They won't leave the house without using the bathroom.
Like, let me use
and so
the
even if
bathroom
we just used it, if you play around in the kitchen too long, she's like, go to the bathroom.
Go to the bathroom.
And the thing is, I don't do it. As soon as we get outside,
Exactly.
I
You gotta go to the bathroom.
But it's improving. Every time I don't, I regret it immediately. Like, it's getting real bad. I have no wait time.
Oh my gosh.
But that's, one of the only things. It's been a problem.
Things be different.
It is the working. Like, I'm going to push through. I'm going to hold it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, of course.
Yeah, to this break.
Yeah.
To this next break. Oh, yeah.
Break. And
they say nurses and beauty professionals, like,
Yeah.
we don't do any justice to our bodies in that regard.
Yeah. And you're like your pelvic floor just probably ain't strong worth the shit.
I'm trying to hold
Sitting down all day.
What you do yesterday?
What did I do yesterday? I actually didn't do much yesterday, which felt weird. I kept feeling like I was missing something.
You
like,
didn't enjoy it?
Not really, because I kept feeling anxious. Like, I am supposed to be doing something. I'm missing something. Something's due. Something's,
And
if you go not do nothing,
it wasn't.
you might as well enjoy it.
Yeah, I didn't. It was awful.
Yeah.
If you go not do it.
Just enjoy it.
But I was going to say, I think tapping back into episode 5, where you opened it up and you were talking about just the things that you have learned about yourself. And we keep saying, like, we're going to continue to learn things.
Right.
I had one of those weeks last week because I was like, when y'all are saying that, I'm like, y'all do it. I'm happy. I'm proud of y'all.
Yeah.
Woo!
Do you want
it was my turn.
Share online or offline?
It was my turn.
Is it offline share or is it online share?
We won't go into detail, but you guys are riding that way with me. So just things are just gonna keep on. Like the lessons are coming quick.
And slapping you in the
They
face.
are coming quick.
They are.
I knew they would, which I'm glad that
they're coming quick.
They
You have to adjust quick, and I think that's the difficult part in it is having to adjust.
Right, you don't get that wait time or like that.
Yeah, it's happening quick, which is good because it's like you get to fix it. You get to fix it and move on. So I just want to say thank you, ladies. I wouldn't want to do this with anybody else.
You got it.
Yeah. Y'all held it down.
You got it. You got a friend in me.
Right.
I only did that
because she did it.
I sing everything.
Everything.
Or make a noise for everything. Okay, so you guys, so episode 7. It's officially 3:33 p.m. and we are off the clock.
Cheers.
Actually, I always feel like I can never. Okay. All right, so episode 7 is really not an episode. It's an episode, but it ain't an episode. Does that make sense?
It's based off of a poll that
we're doing a Q&A, questions and answers. So we post on our social for you guys to access anything that you wanted to access. And so we are going to anonymously answer these questions.
Yes.
Do I sound like a radio host?
No, not quite.
I'm working on it, okay?
Yeah. So we just kind of felt like all the episodes have been kind of heavy like lately, so we just wanted to kind of
not even heavy, just very like
educational.
Yeah. So we just want to make it a little bit more lighthearted and fun, right? Lighthearted and fun as we sip coffee and tea.
Right.
Make it make
Trying to hold on.
It's tea time.
Hold on.
Oh, that's cute. It's tea time.
Yeah.
It's coffee tea
Ain't got
time.
man tea.
All right, you guys. So you guys want to get into the first question?
Sure.
Okay, so the first question was, what are the disadvantages and advantages of starting a new business?
Out the gate. That's how you going? Okay. The advantages and the disadvantages. Well, the disadvantages are going to be like the things that you don't know. You know, like there's no way to fake that. You can't really skip any steps. You can't, take any shortcuts. So that's probably the disadvantage. The advantage is the opportunity to learn something new, to, create an asset for yourself, create a new venture for yourself.
I would say the disadvantage in the beginning would be the time spent. You have to put a lot of time and effort. And then going back to a previous episode, feeling like an imposter in the beginning, until you start being comfortable in the new business, or until it gets to rolling. An advantage would be the freedom, the time.
Yeah,
that it could afford you.
Yeah,
right.
absolutely. Yeah.
If you keep that in perspective, it'll always be like a positive. I think about the disadvantages in like building and growing is like the mistakes that you make, which you would make along any journey. It's just the fact that the mistakes are really expensive in the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
Like, the tests and the trials.
All the trial and error.
All the trial and error, all of that. It's just like the mistakes can take a toll on you as financially. So, that's one of the disadvantages. But the advantage that I can speak to is once all of that is in line and established, it's just the freedom that you get. The time and the freedom and the access that you get based off of the work that you have done.
And there's like no way to avoid that. Like you can do all the preparation, all the research, all the things, and you still.
And I was gonna say, even if you do have somebody kind of showing you the showing you the ropes, you should be grateful for that. That's a good thing. But also too, you can avoid some, but everything that worked for somebody else is definitely not going to work for you as well. So it's kind of like there's advantages in the disadvantage as well, and vice versa. Okay.
So stay open.
Know that it's going to be a ride. Know that it's going to be a roller coaster ride. Yes. And going back to another episode, highs and lows. So tap into the highs and lows. I would suggest for you to tap into the highs and lows episode. Yeah.
And if you have realistic expectations, you won't be shocked when.
And that whole part, that realistic expectations and being real with yourself and what you're about to be able to dedicate to this.
Yeah.
Because what you put in, you'll get out.
Absolutely. Okay. Next question. What inspired you to become an entrepreneur?
What inspired me to become an entrepreneur? I won't say that I was ever inspired to become an entrepreneur, but once I learned the skill, once I mastered the craft, and I saw that I was able to execute in business, I guess just seeing made me a believer. You know what I mean? Like I never aspired. This wasn't my trajectory. It's not what I saw for my life. But now that I'm here, it completely aligns to like the person that I am, the freedom and the flexibility that I guess I like, or creating my own narrative. It speaks to that before I knew that's what I wanted. You get what I'm saying? So I just was able to find and, build on something that was kind of presented to me, but it ended up working out to be the best. Because I couldn't see myself in the monotony of like a day-to-day schedule and expectation. Yeah. I get to create. So I don't feel like anything pushed me to entrepreneurship, but when the opportunity presented itself, I took advantage of it, and it ended up working out very well for me.
Yeah. Okay. What inspired me to be an entrepreneur is that the position that I was in when I was in corporate, they were basically like teaching me and grooming me to be an entrepreneur. So the position was based off of you I had bosses, but it was like you being your own boss. Yeah. And you being able to make decisions for the bosses, knowing how they would think and knowing what would be good for the business. Yeah. Right. So it was already grooming me to be in this position.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Gotcha. And I got a taste of that and was like, whew.
Yeah. So I guess what inspired me would be, I don't even think I knew this, but until we were just talking about, it just came up. But my dad was an entrepreneur, like the first 12 or 13 years of my life. Okay. It was service-based business, and then of course like my aunt, had her own business, and those are the people I spent the most time with. My mom worked corporate. So that probably was the initial inspiration.
Yeah.
And then just being creative, like always doing things with my hands, if that was beauty or whatever. Like, I think that trajectory is normally entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
But I was pushed into it because I was ready to leave corporate. I was fed up. It was during the time that Obama had won, I think that first election, maybe the second election.
Second one.
And people just they were just acting out of pocket.
Yeah.
Like, things was just, people were ready to reform.
Yes.
And they maintained it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So
yeah, you need
it was
to go on
like
your
something
own.
had to happen.
So to speak to that, like prior to starting this business, and when I listened to people work corporate, I worked for other businesses. I've always worked in hospitality and service space, but I never worked corporate. I've never experienced
A lot of
Is that
politics.
what we talk about?
I've never experienced.
Oh yeah, hospitality. I'm sure it has its politics too, but it may be just like a little bit more relaxed. I think in corporate they play the same games,
Sure,
because they're they're just people.
Yeah.
But I think they kind of hide behind like the HR, it's a little bit more structured. You know what I mean? They can get you on stuff. So
but I do not
tricky.
envy you guys' journey into
and especially it's like
entrepreneurship.
being a Black girl. I feel like in corporate, and when you're like praised by your higher uppers or whatever, it just gets tricky when other people are coming into that space and are not used to, I don't know, seeing Black women in that position, or seeing Black women get acknowledgement that way.
Yeah.
Right.
Or Black women having an opinion. That would be a thing a lot of times. Like one of my coworkers, an older white woman, I mean, she would have a meltdown, full on tears, full on, and it's like,
And it would be
no, just because of whatever
she's
she's not going on. But if I had a question in a meeting with our regional management or whatever, older white guy, he wouldn't understand. Like, is actually okay? It's like, is she upset? It's like, no, I have a question.
I just have a question,
or I have pushback on what you're saying. But it's all because we're trying to get to the goal, you know. And you don't work on site, so you don't quite understand.
Yeah.
But it's just like not, just
Communicating.
the miscommunication. Yes, that part.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That sucks.
It does.
Yeah.
I couldn't imagine.
My situation was so unique too, though, because while I was the minority, I worked with the Hispanic culture. It was majority Hispanic, Miami based. So okay, so the next question is, I really like this question. What are the most important skills for a female entrepreneur to have?
Can I go?
Yeah, go ahead.
You got to be a good communicator.
Okay.
That's a good one.
You got to be able to communicate like effectively your thoughts. You also have to be able to, just like read the room and like just communicate really well on all levels, good or bad.
Yeah.
Remove feelings from the communication. And I think if you just listen to the messages and like remove the outer whatevers, everything will be very clear.
Okay. I say have grit.
I mean, that's built in, ain't it?
Yeah.
Nah, not everybody.
Okay.
You can't be meek and mild. You got to have grit.
Yeah.
Like, you are the boss. You are the leader. You are the one that is going to sign the checks. You are the one that's going to make the money. You have to make the decisions for yourself.
Right.
Like, you got to have some grit about it. You can't be,
Well,
you got to be tough.
That speaks to the confidence in knowing like what you're doing.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So it's like all of that, we keep like going over the same concepts because they all play such a major role and intertwine with each other for the greater good.
Yeah.
It's like if you're confident in what you're doing, it's easy to kind of have grit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
staying strong or whatever. But if you are pussyfooting around on like the skill, it would be really difficult to like stand on unless you just bold.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
What was the question again, Kai?
What are the most important skills for a female entrepreneur to have?
Gotcha. So I think maybe time management, being able to manage your time well.
Okay.
And then also that balance that we've talked about many times, because we can throw ourselves into, something new and completely lose ourselves, or just get lost in whatever that new thing is that we're like dedicating our time to. So having like good time management skills, I think, and then also taking time to make sure you have you're maintaining your balance, make sure you're taking care of yourself.
Yeah.
Because you got to take care of yourself. Otherwise, it's just what is it for?
I have another one. Great supervisory skills. So you have to be able to know how to supervise. No, supervise. You have to know how to supervise yourself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So
Hold yourself accountable.
Yeah. Like, you have to, how we talked about creating boundaries with clients and stuff like that. You have to create boundaries with self too. Yeah. To know that, okay, I need to be here. Like you said, time and attendance. I know that I need to complete this and this and this list for the day.
Right.
I need to be able to communicate effectively at this time. It's just supervising yourself, because you can't supervise others if you don't know how to supervise yourself. So I guess maybe I should say accountability.
That's why I was like, all of that is under the accountability umbrella. Because that's supervisory skills.
Listen, I got to supervise myself. I got to be like, baby, you cannot leave 30 minutes before.
Yeah,
you got to supervise yourself. Supervisory skills. Yes. Okay, so you have an employee, right?
Yes.
Would you call her employer, or would you say
an artist that I work with at Addicted?
Okay, so artists that you work with. So there's like certain
standards
that you have for her, right?
Yeah.
So you have to make sure, as a supervisor, you have to make sure that those standards are set for her, but do you set those same standards for yourself?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Like it's easy.
You gotta lead by example.
Yeah, you gotta lead by example. If I'm not literally living this, I can't expect somebody to see me. Okay, so because we're past the era of do as I say and not as I do.
We're way past that.
Right.
Sure.
So you just gotta really be that person, and I think it's easy for me to lead because people see
that I'm
actually in the trenches with you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm taking the steps that I'm asking you to take. Yeah.
Okay, here's a great question too. I think we spoke about this a little bit in the previous episode about building top tier clientele.
Right.
But it says, how do I raise my prices without losing my loyal clients?
Oh, that's a good one. Mm-hmm. So I think if the clients are loyal, you're not going to lose them, first of all.
Firstly.
Yeah.
You may lose a few, but 9 times out of 10, if you raise the price gradually, if that's a 5% increase, or a 6% increase, whatever inflation is right now, 7% increase, 9 times out of 10, you're not going to lose those clients. You may have to that first time just get them comfortable with the idea of it. So you may have to do not explaining, but maybe like write out that email kind of with more details than I probably would give at this point.
Yeah.
But you're not going to lose them.
Yeah.
You're not going to lose
because the key word is loyal.
Yeah. And the thing is, you need to free up some of those spaces. Mm-hmm. I would say you probably should lose about 10%. You're not going to, but you probably should lose about 10% so you can get higher paying clients. You probably want
to lose about 10%.
Higher paying clients that come in the door expecting that.
Yeah. I'll also say another running theme that I always say, remove your feelings. Like, you're making decisions based off of your needs and not necessarily others. Yeah, like you can't consider that times are tough when you are offering something or, putting value on something that you do. Because times are getting tough for you as well. But you can't, we're not giving out blood. We're not giving out food and water. And
it's a luxury service.
Exactly, and the things you need.
Yeah, but I think it's normal to be a little cautious when doing that, especially if it's your first time. I understand being nervous.
I get that.
That's your livelihood.
I guess because I've been through that, I'm literally telling you on the other side, it's not as scary as you think it may be. So try to not hesitate so much on what you want to do based off of the feelings.
Because when you do it, you have to stand
firm in it, for sure,
in your decision. Because when somebody comes and they may question you in your face, you have to be very confident in your response.
Yeah, come up with that script that you're going to repeat to each client that does ask.
And the script is the answers to the questions, like the steps that you have taken to become this artist that you love. Mm-hmm. That's it. Yeah. It's a script, but it is it's what you did. I got here. I'm doing this.
And you shouldn't be changing your prices if you don't feel like you deserve it. You deserve it, right? So be confident that you deserve it. You deserve.
I'm talking also give your clients a little bit of credit. It's not their first time dealing with a professional or dealing with a service or a product that has went up in price.
Absolutely.
So nobody question that when department stores go up on their prices, or whoever go up on their prices.
These luxury brands is going up every.
He said Georgia
every 6 months. So we go up every 4 months or so.
Yeah, they do that little increase.
What is it called? Therms.
Therms.
Y'all know we don't even understand that shit.
Yeah. What did you mean?
What did you mean? Okay, next question. How do you balance wife life and business life? You want me to start?
Yeah.
Okay. How we kind of get through a lot of things is we have designated days that mean certain things. So Saturday night might be family night. Sundays is everybody's free day, and then Mondays maybe like date day or something like that. So if you can stick to a schedule, and of course things may change every now and then. You know, this event may come up, somebody's birthday party, But if you know that on this day, Thursdays, we go on a date and that is our day, plan around that. Then it kind of creates a bond, and it doesn't make your partner or you feel like left out or feel as though like there's not enough of time spent.
And also feel neglected.
Yeah, exactly. Not feel neglected. And then know when to turn business off and be present in the moment. So if you know your partner, first of all.
Yeah.
Know your partner. Knowing your partner is a big thing. What their love languages are. Even if it's time spent or if it's just words of affirmation, or even if it's just gift giving. Mine's maybe a random gifts coming home, random treat, random dessert, random whatever. Like knowing your partner, and then I would say carving out a schedule. Yeah. Ash.
I guess Hunt and I, the way we kind of do things, is like we're on the same team always. So, even if I am not as available as I once was, it's like this is all for the greater good of us. So it's like as long as we're on this plan together, like this is for us. I know we're a little bit different. Everything for us is joint. Like our finances are joint. So my win is her win is my win. So we are always moving as like one unit. Yeah. So
another thing I would say is, I'm sorry, what did you finish?
No, I was just saying, so for that reason, it's like there are no hangups. We don't have any hangups about like a little bit, and we've been together so long too. It's like, we know what we're doing this for.
Yeah.
So,
I was going to say, our partners are very similar in regards to they like to be involved as well.
For sure.
Like asking them their advice about certain things or getting their opinion about certain things. Like making your partner feel involved in the process as well.
And choosing a partner that wants you to win.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's very important.
Yeah, so involving your partner,
That's one thing we don't fight about.
I'm just here taking that.
One thing we don't fight about is that.
I'm just here winning.
Right, that part. My win is your win. So,
That's exciting.
Yeah. Okay, so how do you manage running a successful business and relationship? I mean, that's two questions back to back. It's the same thing, isn't it?
Well, answer that.
Let's answer it though. How do you manage running a successful business and relationship?
I haven't figured it out.
Relationship could be anything. It could be platonic. It could be with your family. Relationship can be anything.
I literally haven't.
You ain't figured it
out. I'm running in circles right now.
I think it's more so just balance. Balance. Being present for the good moments and bad moments, I think, and not just being always tapped in with yourself. I feel like one thing that I try to do is at least my mom misses talking to me all day, every day. Yeah. So, but I think one thing that I do is I'll talk to her on the way home, or like on the way home from work, or on the drive into work. Her or my father, really. So I think just maybe giving them that's your little thing. That's your little cute thing that you guys do together.
This is our thing.
Yeah. I used to do that on Sundays with my mom. Yeah. Because talking all through the week was pretty difficult. And just telling you what I ate. You know what I mean? It get kind of difficult. But on Sunday mornings when I wake up, once we finally talk, we could get it all off. Yeah. And I have substance for you. Because the week happened, you know what I mean? So that is pretty fun.
Yeah. I would say just being transparent, like with my girls, when I'm not, they know where I'm at. Like if I'm not, either working, in my lash business or now doing this podcast with you guys or home with Hunt on my little couple days that we have together, they know that it's not like I'm neglecting anyone. They know where my time is being spent. And so, I'm kind of one of those people that it's like, it's a simple I love you here and there throughout the week, just checking in. We kind of like pick up. And everybody,
Or
and
being
all of my people
clear.
are pretty much in the same situation as me.
Yeah.
Like they have partners and their time is
Yeah.
occupied. They got kids. They
I
got,
think
you know.
schedules.
being clear with
So nobody feels
your
neglected.
partner, your friends as well, your family as well, is being clear about what your goal is.
Yeah.
And then, telling them what it's going to take for you to
Yeah.
kind of get to and achieve this goal. Or if they're not entrepreneurs, basically you just explaining what your life looks like at the moment and what your day looks like and what it requires of you. And they may not get it. They may not respect those
But you
boundaries, but at
did.
least they know.
You did the work and telling
You
them.
did the
think
work in
people,
telling them.
the feeling is like feeling neglected.
Yes.
And as long as you
Yes.
know that I'm not neglecting you,
Yes.
we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we talk about not really having a balance in life as far as like everything's not always going to be equal when we talked about the quadruped theory.
Absolutely.
So I feel like there is a healthy balance in relationships, and the healthy balance in relationships come just from communication.
For sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I agree.
An effective communicator.
Yeah, exactly.
I agree.
Okay. I
Yeah.
can see that.
Yeah. Okay, so the final question is, as a working single mother, what advice do you have for me starting my baking business? And I have a great answer for it.
What?
Because you have children, right? So the best way to get into baking is to offer these services to the people at your school, at your children's school.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. I wasn't
you can make
even thinking
small
that.
samples to hand it out to the teachers, the principal, or to give them to other mothers to show them that, okay, this is what I do for my kids. Or
Everything
tell
that
them-
happens at the school, they need to be.
Yes,
yes,
yes.
sending
Sign
letters.
up. Sign y'all up.
Sign, yes, absolutely. What is it called
With
when
your
they
card.
have
Like the bake
the
fair.
bake sales,
Yeah.
potlucks, stuff like that, whatever they have it at the children's, whatever. And then also too,
Is that a thing post COVID? I'm joking.
yeah, now
Yeah,
it's
okay.
back now.
Yeah, it's back.
Make a cute little flyer that's kid friendly, and then you can tell the kids to put it in their backpacks,
Yeah.
give it to their parents, and say, when so and so has a at school birthday, then
Yes.
I will provide the cake for an
Right.
introductory price.
Right.
Yeah.
And that'll grow the business.
Yeah.
That's
That's
the
a great
easiest way to
idea.
do it, is to use the kids, baby.
1000%.
Yeah.
What about that time management between having kids and isolating time?
Yeah, it
on
makes
the
me
busy
think that that was the kind of the question too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because she mentioned that part.
Yeah.
Okay.
Carving out that time. I
So
guess.
what would you do to carve out the time? What would be your advice to her?
I mean, I don't have babies, but I run my business, I run my marriage, I run my household. So I would just probably maximize my time more. That's been one of the things, like me adopting the quadruped theory, that's really helped. Is like you have to maximize that time to be able to, tap into all of those different quadrants. So maybe if that's going to bed earlier, so you can get up earlier, so you can maybe prep, work, before the kids are up.
Yeah.
Just get on a tighter schedule.
Yeah.
I obviously I don't have the babies either, but in talking to female entrepreneurs who are mothers as well, one thing that I heard from this amazing mom that I work with very often, she always says she articulates to her daughter the theme, like what's going on, and she keeps her on point and accountable.
Keeps her involved.
Feeling like a
Yeah.
teammate.
Oh, yeah. I was
Like,
going to say, have to
yes.
help you. So
Yes.
that's like
Well,
simping.
yeah, help you with the business, but also not even like if you're not helping with the business.
Yeah.
You're a part of the greater
You
plan.
are a part of the greater plan, and we're partners.
Yes.
If you don't hold down your end,
Right.
I can't
hold
hold
down
down
my
mine.
end.
When you slow up, like say for instance, if I got a job to go to and you're being sluggish this morning,
That
I'm
doesn't
trying
help.
to get you to school,
Yes.
but you're holding me back from executing,
Yes.
and then I can't
Do
in
this,
turn
Yes.
pay for this.
Yeah.
X. You
And
get what I'm
kids
saying?
naturally want to make you proud.
Yes.
So,
Absolutely.
And
yeah.
you're part of the team.
Yes, absolutely.
So that's,
and be older than they actually are,
Exactly,
show that they're
exactly.
responsible.
So that's what I heard. Yes.
Yeah.
Involve them, communicate with them, the
Yes.
mission, and make them a part of your team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And and hire them too to help you.
I was going to say,
help you with the
I
process.
would say use the family basis
Yeah.
as the marketing.
Yep. So
1000%.
Yes.
Man, you
be on it.
that was a good one.
Not
Cause that's great. Don't start that. Don't start that.
Not right now.
No, that's a great one.
Yeah.
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 For sure.
Use what you got.
To get what you want.
And if it's them kids,
People love
make them
seeing
a
that
part-
behind the scenes
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, they do, for sure.
And more often than not, people are wanting to execute things to free up their time to be with their kids. So
Yeah.
Right. So it's
whatever-
like you're doing two things at once. You're
Absolutely.
working and you're with the children.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, those are all theory, but I think
right.
No, but it's great.
We winging it.
Right, but it makes sense.
Yeah, it does make sense.
One thing I find myself, because I do obviously in the beauty industry spend a lot of time speaking to mothers. Sometimes that when I spew the advice that they're giving me, it comes off or it's disregarded because it's coming from me.
A
but
person
my
not
source
children.
is the actual lady that you want to speak for, the parent, the going through the thing. But it's sometimes like when I deliver those messages, it's always like,
what do you know? But we were talking about that earlier. Like sometimes you have to get outside of it a little bit to be able to, see it.
Yeah.
So
okay. Well, those are all
hopefully
of our
that
questions.
helped.
Yeah, hopefully.
That was everything?
Yeah, that was
we
everything.
Did that quick.
Oh.
Well, you guys, we're always open to you asking us more questions, posting ideas for episodes that you would like.
Yes.
Yes,
we take polls on our social. We ask questions on social. But again, you can always drop a comment on our YouTube channel.
Yep.
And as usual, like, comment, and subscribe.
Absolutely.
Yes.
And make your presence known.
For
Literally engage with us so we know how to speak to you and answer the questions that you really may have concerns about.
Yes.
I totally agree.
And no question is a bad question. No question is the wrong question.
Oh my goodness.
Every question deserves an answer.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, you guys. Thank you again for tuning in to The Girls That Get It. We'll see you next time for episode 8.
Love you guys.
Hey girl, thanks for listening. But before you go, don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. See you next time.